the ground shake.
What's up everyone, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at probably the most hyped tank right now, which is the Type 59. So this tank's just been introduced into the game, it's been put on sale for a lot of money, so obviously you're going to be thinking, is it worth the money or not? So let's see if the Type actually lives up to its hype. So for those of you who haven't heard of what the Type 59 is, the Type 59 is a Chinese tier 8 medium tank, and it is a premium tank. It also gets special matchmaking, which means you won't be seeing any tier 10s. The worst you'll see is tier 9s in this tank. Okay, so let's start taking a look at the characteristics of the Type 59 itself. So, starting off with the protection, Type 59 gets 1300 hit points, which is standard for a tier 8 medium. It's got 100mm of armor, so 20mm less than the T-54's frontal, 80mm at the side and 45 at the wrist. So just to get more detail on the front to hull of the Type 59, let's go into Armor Inspector to check it out. So here we are in Armor Inspector, which has had a really nice update by the way. And if you look at the top left, you can see some information like the tank that you've chosen to shoot at, the tank that you're looking at, the penetration of the tank that's shooting, and so on. So what I'm looking at here is the Type 59. It has 160, as you just saw, 160 frontal armor effectively, and with a T-43's top gun you can't go through that. It has 144mm of penetration, which isn't enough. So taking a look at it with the IS's gun, it has 175mm penetration and can go through it almost reliably, but with a bit of angling using the Type 59 you can definitely bounce the shots of an IS, because you know there is a chance. So you want to be angling your armor against anything with under 160mm of penetration, which is most of the tier 7 mediums, I believe. So tier 6s and tier 7s mostly, but against tier 8s this tank is useless armor wise. The turret is kind of the same deal really. Because it has 200mm of armor frontally, the threshold for the turret penetration is around 220 or so, so any tank with above 220, which is the tier 8 heavies, will be able to reliably go through your turret, so you probably shouldn't try angling against those or going hull down. So hull down can be used for like any tanks, any tier 6s and 7s should be fine, apart from British tank destroyers, and the gun depression of -5 I think for Blitz isn't great. I mean, I'm thinking it's -5 or -7, I'm not sure. It isn't great because you know, it's very hard to use. Okay, so now let's move on to the maneuverability of the Type 59. So the Type 59 weighs 36.45 tons, which is kind of standard for a medium. It gets 520 horsepower engine, which gives it a horsepower per ton ratio of 14.26, which is really I mean, I'd say it's bad, but I'm not sure because I don't know anything about that. But speed limit of 56, again standard. Traverse speed 46, standard. These are just standard Russian values printed onto a Chinese tank. So it's kind of like, again, comparing it to a T-54. It does have the same top speed. It's also maneuverable, got good traverse speed, so it can circle just like any other medium tank would be able to. So maneuverability wise, it's normal medium tank terms. But now moving on to the gun, which I think is a really big letdown of this tank. So the Type 59 gets a 100mm gun with a rate of fire of 6 rounds per minute. So obviously this gun is probably most comparable to the T-44 down at tier 8, and this rate of fire is horrible compared to the T-44. So the T-44 gets 6.67 rounds a minute against the Type 59's 6 rounds a minute. So in terms of actual reload time, the T-44 gets an 8.99 second reload, whilst the Type 59 gets a 10-second reload, and that whole second is actually really massive. So this is one of the things that lets down this tank, is just the lack of the rate of fire it gets for its gun. And the penetration after it is really, it's good. It's got 6mm more than the T-44. But It gets preferential matchmaking as well, whereas the T44 doesn't, so that's a really huge advantage. The APCR is 241, which is enough to go against anything you'll meet. It's even the E75 and the STI. And average damage is fine, it's 100mm, so 210 to 350, 280 is the average. And the other massive letdown of this tank, 0.39 accuracy. Oh, that's horrible. That just means you're confined to kind of close quarter combat with the Type 59, whereas the T44 has the flexibility to either go close quarters or snipe. And the aim time, 2.5 seconds, again worse than the T44, but all in all, it's still a pretty decent tank. So if you do see a Type 59, always consider it a threat, because if played by the right player, it will be absolutely devastating, and there will be nothing you can do against it. So if you're looking for a premium tank, you're going to want to know how much credit it makes, and the Type 59, being a tier 8, makes a lot of credits. If you can get a good 2k damage game, you'll probably make around 60,000 credits, and for this 5,000 damage game here, I made, I think, 110,000 credits. Yep, there you go, 110,000 credits with premium, and that is absolutely insane. So the credit earning possibilities are very, very good. You can earn a lot of credits with this just by, well, especially if you have premium, you will earn a lot of credits. So that was the end of the Type 59 review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think about the tank in the comments as well, because I'm interested to hear your thoughts. So leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and bye.